All right. Hey, everybody out there in Facebook world. This is Barbara Horde with I Am This Woman. And wow, here we are. Show, I don't even know anymore. The shows are like coming so fast and we're adding more shows to it. But today, first of all, let's talk about what I Am This Woman is all about, right? And my dear guest, Valerie, told me, Barb, I love your tagline. I'm like, which tagline is that? Because I'm me. So I started looking, and then I realized that I do have a tagline, which really the show is really all about showcasing different women, what they're up to, what they're creating. And our tagline is like, we are women, we know women, and we celebrate women. And that in a nutshell is the best thing ever. And
Mm.
today we get to acknowledge and celebrate my guest, Valerie Brown. And it's Valerie Ashford Brown. I love three names in there. That makes me happy. And Valerie's focus is empowering working moms and professional women age 40 and over to thrive amidst change in their personal professional lives. She is a certified professional coach, and she is the founder of Women's Boldly Living podcast. She's been married for 24 years. She has two daughters in college, God bless you. And she is a woman of faith. Hey, Valerie, welcome to the
Hey.
show.
Oh, Barbara, thank you so much. I do feel like I'm being interviewed by Oprah right now. So thank you so much for that introduction and for your loving spirit. I am absolutely in love with what you're doing in empowering women. So thank you for having me today.
You're so welcome. You know what? It's an honor. I love getting women on that are passionate about helping other women, helping to make a difference. And that's exactly what you're doing. So I would love to kind of hear and share with everyone what exactly are you up to? What are you doing, Miss Valerie Ashford Brown?
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you a funny story about that. The reason that I kept my maiden name is because when I got married and was leaving the Atlanta area, I went to the Bank of America, and went to go retrieve my money out of the savings account, and it was not there because there were a ton of Valeries and actually Valerie Browns. So I was forced to use Ashford in there. So that is why I keep the Valerie Ashford Brown, because there aren't a lot of us around except for Valerie Ashford Simpson from Ashford and Simpson. So just a little background as to
Oh, wait a
why.
minute. Do you sing? I'm waiting because if you sing, I'm gonna have you break it
Oh
down now.
God. Well, you know what? I did play. Let me tell you this. I played the piano since
Okay.
age 5. Since age 5. I still know how to read music. If I had a piano now, I would be playing. So in the past, I did. I directed choirs and all that stuff because my dad was a pastor and I was the minister of music at the church. So I do have that music in my blood, but I'm not going to sing today. Okay. I'm not going to sing today. But
Sing. I was like, guys, we're starting Friday early. Let's go.
But you know what? My daughters do sing. They have done a couple of Facebook lives on my Facebook page. So
Mhm.
they sing quite well. And I leave that to them. So I'm their manager since I know the business.
I
So
like it.
yeah,
You
my
know what?
husband and I are managers.
With mama being a manager, you can't go wrong there. I mean, let's be real, because look at how Beyonce keeps her mom close.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
yeah,
so there you
yeah.
are. So tell
Yeah.
us about you and what you're up to and what you're creating.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, Barbara, the thing about it is for women age 40 and over, we're doing a whole lot. We're wearing a lot of hats. We're in the midst of raising children. We're in the midst of being the empty nesters, like I am, sort of, kind of semi-empty nester. They came back early this time, middle of March, due to the virus. So we're doing a lot of things. We're even saving for retirement now. So we have a lot going on
Hmm.
in that age. And the thing about it is we're also trying to stay healthy and fit. So we
Yes.
have a lot going on. And my mission is, with all of those things that are changing in our lives as women age 40 and over, in the professional life and the personal life, my goal and what I want to do is actually help, or what I should say, what I do is empower women to manage those transitions successfully. So we talk about a lot of things with my clients. The first thing I do though is help them to adapt a healthy mindset, because a
Mm.
lot of times for us who are age 40 and over, we wake up, we put our lives on the sidelines, we have put our lives on the back burner, and then we wake up and say, oh my God, what do I want to be when I grow up, right? So
I just did that last week, girl.
right. So I help women figure out the what, when, how, what are we going to do next? And then I also help them realize that, listen, it's not too late and you're not
Right
too old. This is not the time to hang your hat up on the shelf and say it is over. It is not. This is prime time for women age 40 and over. It is prime time for us to go and make whatever it is that we want to make it actually happen. The time is now.
now. And I love that you say the time is now because as I'm a woman over 40, because I'm like, whoo,
And I
okay.
celebrate you.
Oh, I celebrate me all the time. I am proud of my age, but what I'm also proud of is that I literally started I Am This Woman, 5 months ago with this idea and this thought to
Yes.
create a space to interview and talk to women and to really share what they're creating and what they're up to. And, if I think about all the times I've started and stopped and put on a different hat. So if I put up one hat, I'm taking down another. And so I love that you're creating that space because I think it's so important and it's so necessary, especially when the kids are leaving to go to college.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
you're in this empty house and you're like, what do I do next? What am I doing? So I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
that's something that's really, really important. So,
Yeah.
what is it that, when a woman comes to you and she's
Mhm.
at a point and she's like, here I am? Because sometimes, like, what the heck? What do I do? How do you
Mhm.
support? How do you help?
Yeah, yeah. As I said earlier, I start off with the mind, helping them believe that they can do it. We go over a self-awareness workbook I have. I created that, and we go over our values in that workbook, the purpose too. I help women, or I should say, not necessarily help, but I make them come up with a personal mission statement, right?
Nice.
And a lot of women don't do that. I recommend it for individuals, for married women, also for couples to think about what is your personal mission statement. What you got? So you got a bright idea?
No, but I'm getting ready to write. Look, so I started dating, online dating, God
Okay.
bless, in the middle of COVID-19, right? And I'm talking to this really amazing guy, and he kind of came out of nowhere. And I love the fact of a like I've had my mission statement. He might have his, but I love the fact of a mission statement as a couple.
Yeah.
So I'm writing that down. See, I'm a good student. I take notes. I'm just letting you
Yeah,
know. I
because
take notes.
you know what? You know what? The thing about it with a personal mission statement, and I
Mhm.
recommend that you have it on the wall or the refrigerator, in your bathroom, on the mirror, wherever it is that you're going to go often. You can, as a matter of fact, you can have it in several different places, but I highly recommend that you create one as a
Yeah,
single person, as a married person, and even the family. When you have families, we've created one
I love
for the
that.
family as well. And that personal mission statement guides us along the way, and it keeps reminding us of why we're here, because we actually created on purpose for a purpose, and we want to operate in our purpose. So that personal mission statement gives you a guide, and that's one of the first things that I do with my clients. And then we evaluate those values, because when you determine what your values are, you actually start operating in them too, and then you don't allow things to just happen to you. It's also serves as a guide. And when you go, for instance, I help a number of women with career transition, and what you wanted 10 years ago in a job, you may not want it now in a job. So
Yeah,
that's another thing too, with the personal mission statement and also with the values. You will look to those things and
love
know when
that.
this job comes up, if it's going to be working across country. That may not be your value system right now, where you want to work cross country, or it
Hmm.
may not just be lining up with whatever those authenticity or whatever you have there. It may not
Right.
be lining up with that. So the values are really important. So we dig like into the foundation of a lot of like the mind, and then the values, and then also your personal life. And then another thing too, as for women who are like lost, I go and ask them to dig into what they did even when they were younger. when they were
Yeah.
younger. I do have a girlfriend, and she mentioned to me that she had gone back to painting. She's not necessarily making any money with painting, but she's gone back to painting. I have another one that said to me that she has gone back to singing. Now she has raised her
Mm.
children, her girls, and they sang, and now she has gone back to singing. And she just commented on a post that I made the other day that I was inspirational in her going back to what she really liked to do. And this woman is 60 years old. So I
Wow.
I just I really empower the women to disrupt their normal and go back to the
Ooh, I
foundation,
like
because we
that.
yeah, because we have a foundation. We have a foundation, and I think when we go back to that and really analyze and look at that current situation, look at that
Yeah.
transitional state, and look at that future that we want to be in, that's when we really create the success that we want and continue to thrive in this thing that we call life.
Well, I love that you say disrupt your normal. I
Mhm.
love that statement because the fact of it is that I think I was listening to something on dating yesterday, and it says that we're so geared because we have these beliefs, right?
Mhm.
So every time we date, we bring the truckload of beliefs back into it, and it's
Mhm.
disrupting that normal that helps to change or how you're, how you show up, what you're doing, all of those things. Now,
Right.
you
Right.
talked about creating a personal mission statement. What is
Mhm.
yours?
Yeah, you know what? I empower women through courses and through teaching, and also through getting their life together. That
Yes,
is
yes.
mine. That is mine. Just empowering them through teaching and through courses, and also had in their workshops, and then just basically in getting their life together. I really operate off of that quote. It's a quote by George Eliot, and
Mhm.
he's a famous journalist that passed away many years ago. And he's the one, I have to give credit to him of that quote of "It's not too late and you're not too old to be what you might have been." So mine has been for the last few years just empowering women through teaching, through courses, through workshops to
Yeah.
get their life together.
And get it together because my goodness, when women, here's the thing about it, women are so incredible. They're
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
incredible that when women decide that this is it, that they're like, yes, I'm going for it completely, it changes everything. It
Yeah. Yeah.
literally changes everything. And so
Hmm.
I love that what you're doing. And tell me, out of the women that you're helping, who you're working with and everything, what is
Hmm.
like, I love the fact that one is starting to paint, they're starting to do things. What is the one that really just inspires you, that this woman who came to you and she is just trying to figure out what's going on? She's over 40, and I it blows my mind because I'm over 40. I'm way over 40, and I feel like I am just like rocking it like from here to
You
tomorrow.
are. You are.
Well,
You are.
you
You
oh,
are.
thank
You
you,
are.
thank you. So who was the woman that really inspired you? Her story, a little bit of what is it that really just touched you about what she had to say?
Yeah, you know what? One of the clients that I have right now has inspired me because she came to me. Actually, I met her in December of last year.
Mhm.
And when I met her, she found out that I was a transition coach and what I did. And she said, "Well, you know what? I may need you in the future." And when people say that, sometimes they mean it, sometimes they don't. But
Right.
obviously, she meant it because she called me back in March. She called me in March and said, "Hey, we met at the it was a holiday event that we were at, so holiday networking event." And she said, "We met at the networking event. Do you remember me?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." So fast forward, she says, "Well, I need help because I really want to transition from this one particular job that I have into another."
Hmm.
And in working with her over, let's see, we started working together in April. She called me in March, so we started working together the first week in April. And the thing that I like about this particular client is that she is teachable. She is teachable. And I think that is I think that's one of the greatest skills, to be teachable, because when we are this age, we don't learn sometimes as quickly as we want to,
Right.
but then she is absolutely teachable, and she is just like gobbling stuff up. And I'm just like
Right.
amazed. And then the thing about it, I passed on to her the Earl Nightingale video. Is on YouTube, and it's
Mm-hmm.
the Earl Nightingale video. It talks about us speaking those things that we want to come to pass in our life, and it talks about if you don't want it, you don't speak it. So
I
anyway,
love
I
that.
pass that on. That's one of the first things too I do is I give that homework assignment,
Oh,
and she did that. She dug into that thing. We had a whole conversation. As a matter of fact, I meet with her today, and she's going to go over the 30-day plan that the video suggests too. So
mm,
anyway, that is the thing that I like about this client that I
love
have
that.
now is that she is teachable and she just gobbles the information up, and I can already see the transformation in her. Another thing that I do is cuz I get excited about my clients. The
Yeah,
other thing that I do is, and I haven't sent this to her yet, but I also give them a mirror, and I wish I had it here with me, the mirror that I'm going to send to her, but I don't
mm-hmm.
have it here. It's downstairs. But anyway, I give a mirror, and the mirror is pink and it's sparkly, and it's
Love
just
it.
a compact mirror that she is going to sit on her desk, and every time, yes, she flips it open, she is going to see the power that is within her in that mirror. So I'm excited about when she gets this
I
gift. I
love
haven't sent it
that.
out yet because I have a whole package that I send out to my clients, but
I
yeah,
love
that's what
that.
I love about her, that she is teachable.
Well, I
Yeah.
love that. If you don't want it, you don't speak it, because I think a lot of times we are so ingrained into what has happened in the past, what has been done. And so I have a group of amazing, truly amazing women, with I Am This Woman. So there's three other beautiful leaders, Taylor, Sammy, and Yamit. And so what
Mhm.
I did this, I sent them a whole Pinterest folder, and I said the future office of I Am This Woman. And
I
I,
love it.
oh my gosh, I put in images. I've put in, like they said, like Taylor and Sammy are big on flowers and plants. I made sure plants were in the office. I put in meeting rooms that had these cool chairs, because I want to start to envision,
Mhm.
what
Mhm.
it is that we want. And so as this person who's created this, I want to lead with that mindset of this. If this is what we want, we can have it. It's
Yeah,
just not even a
yeah.
doubt.
Yeah, because Barbara, you know what? You really have to see it before you can see it. You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
cannot really see like where you're going to be even tomorrow, and the next day
Right.
and the next and the next day and then year after year, if you cannot see it yourself, then a lot of times nobody else is going to see it. The transformation starts with you, and you have to see it before you can see it, because that's how things
Yes.
come to pass. And it's not to say that you go and you just like see it and then you sit down, because faith without works is what? Dead.
Yes.
So you have to put things into place too, and I believe in being ready so you don't have to get ready. So
Yes.
in all of that, you have to see it before it
Oh,
actually comes to pass. And
love it.
that's why vision boards are important. A lot of people don't
Mhm.
believe in them. Well, okay, but that's why when you put stuff on the wall, like I have a number of things you can't see here on my wall, but I have this. There is always something to be grateful for. That's on my wall.
Right.
And then start each day with a grateful heart. And one of the ways that I start my day is before I even get out of the bed, I thank God for three things, just three
Go
things,
ahead.
because you can start off small with a grateful heart. So all I'm saying is that these things we want to see come to pass, we really have to see it before they
Yeah.
come to pass. Do you see yourself retiring and then spending your time on the beach with your laptop, maybe, or your book or whatever in
Right.
the sand? Do you really see that happening?
I love, love, love that message. And that's what it is. That's why I created that, because I was like, and that's what I said. I said, I want you to, like, I want them to dream and think this, that one day we're gonna have this office, we're gonna walk in, you know, my best friend Yamit, she loves her little puppy Max. I'm like, yes, Max can come into that
I
office.
know, right? It's your
Yes,
space.
yes, yes, we're going to have a beautiful sand on the wall. Yes, we're
Right,
going to create
right.
this space for women to really see their worth and their value. And you know what I love here is I love that you're on this show and that you're supporting women, that I'm supporting women. And if this shows nothing else, is that women can support each other. You know,
Absolutely,
that
absolutely.
is the most important part. And I tell you, for the groups out there of women led groups, don't discount your sisters. Don't discount who they are. And there's enough women out there, because the woman that might says, hey, I'm going to do a course where I'm this woman. Well, that's great. And then she might be the woman that really is like, you know what? I know this great coach, Valerie, you need to talk to so and so. That's what we're supposed to be doing, you
Yeah, yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I believe in that because we do a lot of connecting now, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't do enough communicating,
Right.
and we don't do enough collaborating. So and now we're in this COVID-19 where we have to really connect online a lot of
Right.
times, but thank God for technology, we're able to do things like this with StreamYard and Zoom and so forth and so on. But as women, I think we should celebrate each other more, and before going to celebrate each other more, celebrate ourselves, because a lot of times we're hard on ourselves. So
Mhm.
celebrate yourself, and then you
Yes.
celebrate other women, and it's just like the floodgates open up. They
Yeah. And
really.
I love Danielle who's watching. She's like so true, because
Hey,
that's
Danielle.
yes, because it's so important that we're doing this. Is that sometimes we don't even realize it. And I think what ends up happening is that we're so fearful that there's only enough for me, that you don't even bother to
Right.
even look at your sister and say, you know what, to me, I want you guys to know about Valerie, right? I want you to go see Valerie on her website. Okay. I want you to listen to Valerie's podcast. I
Hmm.
want you to go ahead and talk to Valerie about creating that personal mission statement that you can turn around and evaluate your values. Like, come on,
Yeah.
because there
Yeah.
are enough women, and I know I can't take care of them all.
No.
Valerie knows she can't take care of them all.
No.
And so this is what we're here for. This is
Yeah.
we're here to do that, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hey, Danielle's like, hi. I love that. I love that she's like, I mean, like lots of eyes in that hi.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what, Barbara, to add on to what you just said, the last time I checked, how many billion people was it in the world? 7 billion, 8 billion,
Yes,
however many. So you're exactly right. All of us cannot reach the market like we need to reach. And
right.
then I realized too, because in the space that both of us are in, there's a lot of women empowerment, right? But
Yes,
there are enough women and men, because sometimes
right.
they get on our shows or whatever too. Mine
Yes,
is open to men, but there's enough people in the world for
right.
us to reach. And then the other thing that was revealed to me is that there's enough money for all of us as well. So we have to go and
Abundance.
operate. Yeah, abundance is ours. We just have
Hmm.
to go out there and grab it, dig deep for it, and then just operate how we're supposed to operate. It's like called
Right,
getting in alignment,
right.
getting in alignment and operating in that space.
I think that's so important. So tell me this then, because I always ask my guests these different questions and everything, because I love people like this is the dun 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 get to know Valerie moment.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Okay. Okay.
They're really tame, So tell
Okay.
me, what is your vision? If you were to say my vision for what I'm up to, what I'm doing, this is my vision, and it could be for your life or whatever it is. But what is your vision?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question. And I had a session with my coach because, a coach has a coach, needs a coach. It's like
Yes.
train the trainer, so coach the coach. And
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things that I want to do, I have lots of goals and dreams, and I'm trying to make them happen. I really am on a mission to die empty. I don't want to go to my grave with any of these gifts that God has given me. It's really heavy on my heart to die
Woo.
empty, because let me tell you something. This world is starving for love. It's starving for
Right.
kindness. It's starving for gentleness. It's starving
Right.
for a lot. And our and
Compassion
compassion, all of that. The
and
world is
seeing the beauty in a person. Like,
seeing the beauty in a person. And someone reached out to me on LinkedIn, and honestly, I was taken aback with the comment,
mm-hmm.
because I was operating in my purpose. And I guess I made some comment or whatever. I do videos on LinkedIn. I come on Thursday mornings with my breakfast breakthrough and all that. But
Love it.
anyway, yeah, thank you. So anyway, this woman reached out to me in my LinkedIn inbox and said, I want to thank you for representing African American women and doing so with grace and inspiration. I was like, wow, can
Wow.
I quote you on that?
Yeah, yeah,
But you know
right.
what? But the thing I'm saying is that I was doing
Yeah,
what I normally do, but what it taught me too is that people are looking for inspiration. People want to be empowered because
so true.
they need it. There are a lot of people who are not experiencing happiness and joy,
Mm,
so forth and so on. So, anyway, to go back to your original question, one of the things that I want to do is I want to reach women globally. I really
mm.
honestly do. I think the message that I have of you're not too old and it's not too late, it goes beyond
Oh,
what we see here in these United States of
yeah.
America. So it goes beyond that. I want to have a training center. I've said that for a while. So I want to have a training center. That's one of the things that I want to do. Also, I guess more of the like recent or current things is that I am working on a book. So I have a book that's coming out hopefully within the next 60 days. And I have asked people, it's like some women that I know, if they want to be in the book, they
Hmm.
can do so. The cost is $25 to be in the book, and I mention you in the book, and I also allow you to have a quote in the book. So a lot of
Gotcha.
people have partnered with me. I have 20 people now who have partnered with me to be in the book, and I'm excited about that because I'm
I love
talking to
that.
people rising up and helping women to reawaken and redesign their success. So I'm excited about
Yeah.
that book. And then also I have a course coming out. My whole theme now is around thriving, thriving as a wife, thriving as a mom, thriving in your finances. This whole Thrive series is what I'm developing. So I have that course that's coming out. I hope to have that out by July for the 4th of July weekend time frame. So I have that coming out.
Hmm.
And then also, as I said, just want to have like a global brand of women's empowerment and helping them to just thrive amidst all the changes that we have in our life. As I said earlier, we're doing a whole lot of
Yeah.
things. We're raising the children. We're sending them off to college. I remember, I'll go back to what you were talking about earlier. I remember when my girls went off to college, I didn't cry. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Everybody else is talking about, oh, how they boohooed or whatever. But what
Right.
I found with me is that it comes later on. It comes later
Hmm.
on. And it comes when I walk by the room and they're not there
Yeah.
anymore. And then I go in the room and say, oh my God, what just happened? All these 18 years I've raised them and now they're actually gone on
Hmm.
their way. So, and then, I found my husband one day in my daughter's room. They had like these big, like oversized chairs. And
Hmm.
I found him one day in the room and he was sitting there and it scared me. I mean, like I literally
Right.
like
Because
went
they're
up the
like,
stairs and said, I'm like, what is going on? I thought I
right.
saw a ghost. But anyway, he was sitting there and I asked him, I was like, what is wrong? He's like, I just can't believe that they're gone. So anyway, we have those things that are going on. As I said, we're
Mm.
saving for retirement. And then after our kids, if we have children, after they come out of college or whatever, we're helping them to find their way. So we have a whole lot going on. And I'm
We do.
excited. I'm excited to empower women, to inspire them, to help them disrupt the
Yes.
normal and really become all that they are designed to be. I'm
I love
excited
that.
about taking the movement
And
globally.
I love that because I make up also is that your value is as mothers, it's tied to those children, how they're
Yeah.
doing, what they're doing, what's going on. And then all of a sudden, one day they pack up and they go. And then when they go, it's like, wait a minute here. What is going on? How
Right.
is that?
Right. Right.
Dr. Araceli, who's my guest tomorrow, sitting here watching us. So
Hey,
she
Dr.
says,
Araceli.
hello, Dr.
Hey.
Araceli. Yes, Dr. Felice. I love it. So tell me this. How do you keep a positive mindset?
Hmm. That's a good question too. You coming out with a lot of good questions. You know
Oh,
what?
thank you.
I believe and I know in my heart of hearts that with God all things are possible. I cannot do anything without him. I
Mm,
mean, I really, really cannot do anything without him. That's why when my feet hit the ground, even before they hit the ground, I
right?
give him praise. I give him praise. And let me tell you
Mhm.
something right now, back in the day, people used to say, I hear my grandmother and all that stuff, they would say, life, health, and strength. No, I take that seriously right now. because
Yeah.
before it was just like, oh, just kind of say it. But no, I thank God each and every day for life,
Life,
health,
health,
and
and
strength.
strength.
I
I
don't
love
take it,
that.
yeah, I don't take it for granted. So that's the first thing. I can do nothing without God because I realize with Him, all things are possible. Then,
Yeah.
second thing is, I have this thing where I wake up, and my wake up series consists of my prayer, my meditation, giving thanks, all of that stuff, even worship music, and then asking
Mm,
God, where do you want me to go today, and what do you want me to do? So that's first
yes.
thing. So that's my wake up. And then my
Love it.
second thing is my workout, because I
Mm,
don't get far without working out. It's either, most of the
yeah.
time it's a run, but my runs have kind of been few and far and in between because of COVID-19. I was afraid to go outside. Then when you go outside, it's hard. Let me tell you something. It's hard to run with a mask on. So anyway, my runs have kind of
Yeah.
suffered, but that's a good thing though, that at least I know the mask is working. But anyway,
Hmm.
so I wake up, I work out, some form of workout, and then I go to my work. I am blessed to be able to telework as a corporatepreneur, that woman who's still in corporate, but also I have my business. I am
Yes.
blessed to be able to do that. And I am blessed to be able to telework. So that is it. Wake up, work out, and then I go to work. And then
All
of course
right.
I have women in my life, accountability partners. As I said, I have a coach.
So important.
Yeah, I believe that as women, and particularly those age 40 and over, we need to have somebody in our corner. We need an accountability partner. And every
Yeah.
now and then, when I get down, when I say, you know what, I can't do this anymore, when I get to comparing myself to others, I'm just being real with you today. When I get to comparing myself to others, when I get to a place where something
Yeah.
is stealing my joy, I call on a good girlfriend. And you know what?
Ooh, she
She'll do,
shake me.
yeah, let me tell you, she will hang up the phone and she will call me on FaceTime, and she gets in my face and she just rolls down all these things. Yeah, because sometimes, you know what, you need somebody else to build you up, and you need
So
somebody else to
true.
remind you of the woman that you are, because
That's
we
why we call
forget.
it the circle. And I am this woman. It's our circle, and
Yes,
that's my thing. So when if we have a group texting, and I'm like I'm having this moment or whatever, all of a sudden my phone starts going off. I get rings, FaceTime, whatever, and it's like know your circle. I think that is so so
yes,
so important for you to have that. It's so
yeah.
important. Now there's a question I have, which you already answered part of it because I said in the next 45 days, what will you create?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so you got your book coming out, you're
Yes.
working on your
Hmm.
courses, and I think
Hmm.
that's so amazing. What is your biggest hurdle to climb?
Hmm. You know what? Um, My biggest hurdle now is having the capacity to implement all of these dreams that I have. I mean, I have so much stuff going on in my mind, and then of course I take to writing it down, but
Mhm.
my biggest hurdle now is having the capacity to get it all done. And then in that, I begin dumbing down the dreams. But then I go back and say, well, God, you gave me this dream. So let me give it over to you for you to make it possible, because the woman that I am, always wanting to be in control. I'm just being real with you, always wanting to be in control. You know
I'm
what I
at
mean?
that table
Yeah,
too. I'm at the
exactly.
table.
So, right, right. So always wanting to be in control. I have to give it back over to him and remind him of what he has put in me, and give it over to him to develop. And another thing too is that comes up a lot with me sometimes is fear. A lot of people don't think that I have it because
Yeah,
I just kind of go out there and I just do it. But let me tell you, when I am getting prepared for things like to speak and to do things even in my job, I get fearful. I get the
yeah.
dry mouth. I need loads of water. And then I have to go into that thing of like, my little exercise. I do this little punch little thing like this to kind of get all the energy out. Yeah. So that fear comes
I
on
love
me.
it.
But what I've had to do with fear is I had to stop it in its tracks. And I'm like, no, you're not going to sit down at the table with me. You're not going to grab coffee or tea. You have to get out. So that is one of the things too that happens with me. So those are,
Yeah,
I know you
I
asked
love
for one
that.
hurdle. I probably gave you 10, but
That's okay
anyway.
because you know what? I said to my group of ladies, I said, fear every morning I wake up and I go, what am I doing? what I'm building a business, right? What am I doing? And it sits there for about 3 seconds, and I'm like, and thank you so much. Peace be with you, and let's move on. So
Right,
I think
right, right,
it's so
right.
important. So the last question I have is this. When Kobe Bryant died back in January, it
Hmm.
really shocked everyone. But what I learned about him and why I have so much respect for him is the fact that he created this really this legacy, right? This mama
Right.
mentality. He built it. So his last 3 years, he probably did more than most people would do in a lifetime. So if you were to have
Yeah.
and leave this world with a legacy, what is your legacy?
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. You know what? I want to leave a legacy of never giving up and staying the course. Just
Love
staying the
that.
course.
Love
Yeah,
that.
being strong, digging deep inside and staying the course with grace and diligence. I want women to stay the course. I know we have a lot going on, and realize that in the lot going on, you can actually change the
Mm,
course. But when you change your course, stay that course.
yeah.
Never give up. Never give up on if you want to see your family thrive. Don't give up on that. If you
Mm,
want to get married again or get married, don't give up on that.
right.
Just never give up. Remember
Mm,
to cite those affirmations like I am the righteousness of God. I told you I was a woman of faith. I can't do nothing without him. So you got to stand in
yes.
the mirror and say those things. I am the righteousness of God.
I
I
love that.
am going to set aside time for my soul. I am
Hmm.
going to invest in my marriage. I am going to invest in my singleness. I am
Yes.
going to continue loving my family. I am going to streamline. I am going to eat healthy and plan my meals. I am going to get these finances together. I am going to live simply. Whatever it is that you're going to do,
I am. I
I
am.
am. I am. And you got to
Love
speak
it.
those things that
Yeah.
are not as though they are. And I say to women today to never, ever give up on what God
Just
has
stay
put
the
inside
course.
of you because
Yeah.
guess what? We were created on purpose for a purpose and we got to operate in our purpose. And I just believe in staying the
I
course.
love that. So, if anyone's interested in getting in touch with Valerie Ashford Brown, I say that whole name, you can visit her on her website at valerieashfordbrown.com and definitely go check out her podcast, which is Women Boldly Living. And it's on all the different podcast
Yes.
sites. So,
Yes.
wherever you are, please take a look at that. And Valerie, we always close out the show and we ask the women to say, their name and say, I am this woman, and which I love because you are truly this woman. So if you could go ahead and your name and say that statement for us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Barbara, for having me. I'm Valerie Ashford Brown, and I am that woman. Thank
And it's
you.
this woman, but I'll take you that, this, and all.
I am this woman. Yes, I am this woman. Yes, 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 yes,
And that's okay
yes.
because sometimes you're that woman, sometimes you're this woman, sometimes look, I am woman. Hear me
I
roar.
am woman. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. So, guys, if you're interested in being a guest on our show, which is I Am This Woman, which we've been having them every Friday, but now we're having so many guests that literally we have Dr. Araceli, who's coming on the show tomorrow. We have on Monday, we have Josh Gradell, who is the vice mayor of Coconut Creek, who is coming on the show. And these are some powerful topics. Dr. Araceli tomorrow, she is coming on and she is going to be talking about your health, taking care of yourself, and really just empowering yourself through that. And then, Josh, who's coming in on Monday, who's the vice mayor of Coconut Creek, his topic is super powerful because he is talking about basically women who are in our correctional institutions, how they're not being supported and being served, and what he is bringing to the table on that. So I think that those are two really powerful topics that we're going to be adding. And what I love is that kind of what are we up to at I Am This Woman? And to kind of let you know, I'm still looking for 5 women to complete the book that I'm working on and writing. Because you know what, Valerie, I have had this book sitting in my head. It's
Yeah.
been sitting there and I've been holding back, and now I'm going full force. So we are doing a book. We're looking for 5 women. So if you are interested in being a part of the book, you can send an email to book@iamthiswoman.com. And we're always looking for guests for bloggers, okay? Because we are in the process. I'm so excited. Less than 2 weeks, our website is going to be built. So we're looking for bloggers to blog at iamthiswoman.com as well. And just in case, if you ever just want to talk to me because, hey, I look like a super fun person and you just want to talk to me, you can email me at barbara@iamthiswoman.com. We have so much more things coming. We are working on our 28-day course. We're working on our 6-week course. We are building I Am This Woman, and we are building it so that women can see their values, women can know who they are, and like my dear co-host reminded me, you have a great slogan. We are women, we celebrate women. And that part is something that we will continue to do. So I am Barbara Ford, your host of I Am This Woman, and you know I am this woman. Thanks so much, guys. Take care, and we will see you soon. Bye now.
Bye bye.